Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, one person is dead after a three-car crash in Casey County. The crash happened around 9 o'clock last night. Police have been on the scene for several hours. We'll have more details ahead this morning.
Today, state election leaders will recanvass the results of Kentucky's Democratic presidential primary. What that involves, coming up.
And a man accused of killing a Girl Scout troop leader will be in court this morning. We'll have more on that case and all the news on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good Thursday morning to you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Michelle Chamberlain.
And I'm Bill Bryant, and here we are. It is now up to May, we're to May 26th. Want to be sure we get it right, you know. It's good to have you along with us. And coming up, of course, the holiday weekend. A lot of folks have a little time off to enjoy. And the weather's going to be, as it is, a little changeable here and there.
I'm sure a lot of people are headed out to the lake. Micah, what can they expect this weekend?
Yeah, it looks like this weekend you'll still have a few storms left over, just like you're seeing this morning. Showers and a few rumbles of thunder sprouting up just to the north of downtown Lexington. That's where you're getting the strongest cell, and really the strongest portion is in between Lexington downtown and also Georgetown downtown. So yeah, you're getting some heavy downpours. Nicholasville all the way down 27 into southern Kentucky, 127 too. Those are areas that you're going to see brief heavy downpours, and those are moving east. So if you are east of I-75, here comes some showers. Here comes some few rumbles of thunder. Madison County, you're going to be next in line, as well as Clark County, too, and Bourbon County. 84 degrees, couple of rumbles later on this afternoon. I believe the best chance of rain is actually this morning, right now. We're going to focus in on the weekend forecast and what that means for you with the storms and the muggy air. I'll have that coming up in a few minutes.
Hey, see you then, Mike. In the news today, state election leaders will recanvass the results of Kentucky's Democratic presidential primary.
Bernie Sanders requested it after results showed him losing to Hillary Clinton by less than 2,000 votes in last week's primary. WKYT's Mark Barber is live with more information on what a recanvass involves. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Michelle. We are not going to see election officials recounting votes today, but we will see them reviewing vote totals. In about 4 hours, they will start checking voting machines to make sure that their race results are accurate. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders requested the recanvass because Hillary Clinton won Kentucky's Democratic presidential primary by less than 0.5%. Kentucky Secretary of State says that she has had 8 recanvass requests since she's been in office, but she tells us that none of those recanvasses changed the results of the race. When you take a look at the numbers, it really would seem there's not a lot on the line today. Sanders picked up 27 delegates in the Commonwealth, and Clinton won 28. While there are still 5 unpledged delegates, the candidates are already splitting delegates pretty evenly. So even if the recanvass changes the outcome of the primary, it really would not make much of a difference with those delegates. In all, more than 450,000 people voted in the presidential primary last week. Election officials will start going over all those vote totals here at 9 this morning. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. Carefree and sweet. That's how people are remembering a 5-year-old Owsley County girl who died in a house fire. State police say Jordan Harrell died early yesterday morning when the house on Old Highway 11 near Boonville caught fire. Her mother and younger sister survived. Neighbors say they tried to save 5-year-old Jordan, but the fire was just too intense. A friend of the family tells us Jordan was known as a girl who touched the lives of everyone she encountered.
We want her to be remembered for the carefree, spontaneous, spunky, full of life little girl that she was.
Now, a GoFundMe page has been set up for Jordan's family to help with funeral costs. You can find that page on our website at WKYT.com. A man accused of killing his girlfriend about a week ago will be in court today.
45-year-old William Pomeroy turned himself in hours after 43-year-old Amy Kogel's body was found in their backyard. Kogel was the leader of 2 Girl Scout troops. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner has the latest on that.
Later today, we could learn more about a mother of 3 and Girl Scout troop leader police say was shot to death late last week. Her accused killer is expected in Fayette County Court later today. We could hear police testimony in the case. Investigators say 45-year-old William Pomeroy admitted to them he shot and killed his girlfriend and mother of his children. 43-year-old Amy Kogel. He's accused of shooting her multiple times and then attempting to hide evidence of the crime. Kogel's body was found in the backyard of the couple's home Friday morning. Officers say that's 2 days after she was last reported being seen. Earlier this week, his attorney waived a formal arraignment and entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Later today, we'll be here in Fayette County Court for Pomeroy's preliminary hearing. In Lexington, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
One person is dead and 3 others are injured after a 3-car crash in Casey County. The crash happened around 9 o'clock last night on Highway 70. That's about 6 miles west of Liberty. State police say they are still trying to figure out how it happened. Highway 70 was closed for hours last night as police investigated. Police have not released any other information at this time.
Lexington police say for the 5th time this week, someone called in a bomb threat to one of the city's Walmarts. This time it was the Walmart on Richmond Road. Police say a male caller claimed there was a bomb inside the store that would explode in 5 minutes. The store was evacuated as a precaution, but police say a bomb-sniffing dog didn't find anything. The store has since reopened. Police say the call is very similar to other bomb threats at the city's other Walmart stores. They're investigating to see if they're connected. Commonwealth Credit Union is warning people about emails claiming to be from them and asking for account information. Credit card leaders say they received calls from people saying they received the email which claimed people's accounts had been locked and access to their cards would be blocked. The email tells people that they have to click on an attached link to verify their account information. But the credit union says this is all just a big scam.
Make sure that it is who it says it is from. Stop, look at the address, or even go off and pull up the address, or contact us, or contact the financial institution, or contact Commonwealth Credit Union. We're going to tell you, no, do not go there.
The credit union says they will never ask for your account number through email, and during any phone call, they go through a security question set to verify who they're speaking with. The credit union says they are confident that no customer information has been compromised.
A Central Kentucky community honored a police officer killed in the line of duty just over 3 years ago. Investigators say Bardstown police officer Jason Ellis was ambushed on the Bluegrass Parkway. Police haven't made any arrest for the murder. Last night, people in Bardstown gathered for a vigil, but without answers, it's a wound even time cannot heal.
We begged and asked the public for anything, and we've not received anything that is that aha moment. Nothing. And that's the troubling part.
Family members say they won't let this become another cold case. New this morning, an Eastern Kentucky family is still waiting for answers more than a year after a loved one disappeared. Natasha Fugit-Jones hasn't been seen since May 7th of last year. Police say she disappeared from her home in Knott County. Jones is the mother of 2 young boys. Family members say they fear something bad happened to her.
If you just had some closure, if you just know, that's what's so hard. You know that somebody knows, but they don't have the guts to tell.
State police are investigating the case, but they say they have no new leads to follow.
A new statewide survey has some troubling results about bullying in schools. The survey conducted by the Kentucky Center for School Safety finds many school principals in the state have not received any training on how to carry out policies to prevent student bullying. Half of those surveyed said they were only given copies of their district's anti-bullying policies without any training. And many principals said they were frustrated by the amount of cyberbullying that is going on. More than 600 principals took part in the survey. Well, today is the last day of school for Fayette County. The last day was pushed back after several snow days this winter. Bryan Station and Henry Clay High Schools hold their graduations today. Bryan Stations will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon when they'll walk across the stage. Henry Clay's will be at 7. Both ceremonies will be at Rupp Arena. Lafayette, Dunbar, and Tates Creek High Schools will hold their graduations tomorrow. Those graduations will be at Rupp Arena as well. Congratulations to the graduates, and what an exciting time.
It is an exciting time. You know? I do remember it. Yeah. Do you? Yeah, what a big day it is, right?
It's been a while. That's right. Coming up on 5:10 on WKYT this morning. Good to have you with us. Showers continuing in the Lexington area and in much of our viewing area now.
She's the youngest water skier in the world, and she's just, get this, 6 months old. Look at her go. Watch video of the baby breaking the world record when we come back on WKYT This Morning.
My son can't stand getting his hair wet in the bathtub, and that little guy is going, man. It looks pretty good outside in the western zones because the rain has already moved past you. Central zones, eastern zones, heads up. There comes some showers and thunderstorms in that warm air. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're getting some heavy downpours out and about early this morning. Already zoomed on in here to Lexington as this thunderstorm is rolling on through. Downtown really getting heavy rain. Now the western zones starting to see that rain move on by. Versailles, Midway, you're now dry. And it looks like those thunderstorms continue to race eastbound. Winchester, you are next in line. Athens, Boonesboro area. Work your way back toward Paris as one just clipped Georgetown just a few minutes ago. But no severe weather. It's just your run-of-the-mill showers and thunderstorms in Nicholasville. Now you're over with those heavier downpours. They're moving east of you guys. Richmond, you're next in line along with Berea. Waco, you'll get a heavy downpour here in just about 15 minutes. Waco is more like 20 minutes. And then Irvin, you're going to be next in line in about 30 minutes. Work down south in Mount Vernon, and then coming out of Lincoln County, Waynesburg got a heavy downpour. You're still dealing with some rain in Stanford, too. Wet roadways across 27 and 127. McKee, Sand Gap, work your way up toward the Big Hill region as you cross over 21 and 421. Those are areas that's going to be pretty wet as you're traveling early this morning. And like I said, 27 and 127, no doubt about it. Those are the wettest parts of our viewing area right now because you're just getting one shower after another. Some of those embedded heavier downpours, but that's heading eastbound. Heads up Williamsburg, Saxton, and also Laurel County, sitting there, London and Corbin, East Bernstadt, those areas within the next 30 minutes or so. Here are your temperatures in the 60s if you're not dealing with the rain. But watch what happens as we go throughout the day. Your bulk of the rain is actually this morning. You get into the afternoon and we'll be there in the 80s. Yes, you will have a rain chance, but it's a small chance. It's not as good of a chance as what you're seeing this morning. We travel off and through the next couple of days, and still those 80s remain. You're going to have one day after another with the 80s. If you see the rain, it actually keeps you a little bit cooler, obviously, with that rain-cooled air. And we hit Friday morning. Tomorrow morning looks much better for the kids going off to school. Maybe the last day of school tomorrow, and for some, it's actually today. So, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good there for tomorrow morning and the afternoon, only a small chance of rain. Let's talk about your Memorial Day weekend forecast. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The only changes I've really made to the forecast is really Saturday and Sunday. I've bumped it up 10% chance of rain from 30 to about 40%. So, yeah, we have a few storms to deal with, but the good news is, these are not one storm after another, okay? It's not like last week or the week before. You're going to get a thunderstorm and it rolls on by and that's it. So stick to those plans. We got a lot going on this weekend with Memorial Day plans. Stick to the plans. Just know you could have a passing shower or thunderstorm. Some of these are pretty heavy downpours, too.
Yeah, all right. Just be ready for that.
That's right.
We were noticing Mark just a few minutes ago, all of a sudden a shower over him. Yeah, it happens. All right, 5:16, our time this morning.
So most babies aren't even walking by the age of 6 months old, but this 6-month-old girl has taken up water skiing.
What about it? Little daredevil here. She's even broken the world record for being the youngest water skier. Here you are taking a look at Zyla St. Ange as she glides across the water. The World Barefoot Center says that Zyla broke a decades-old record held by a baby that was 6 months, 29 days old. Zyla was 6 months and 26 days old.
Look at her go. She has no fear either.
Right.
You know, Micah was saying, my kid won't even get his hair wet.
Right.
And it's true. Most kids aren't even walking or standing. They can barely sit up. And this little baby's water skiing.
Let the debate begin about whether she should do that, I guess.
I was thinking that myself. I thought, oh my gosh, I would just have fear if she fell off.
Right. All right, 5:17, the time on your Thursday on WKYT This Morning.
When we come back, we'll have a look at your money.
Ford announces a major recall and the top paid female CEO. I'm Marley Hall, and I'll have those stories and more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Welcome back in, 5:20 on WKYT this morning. Good sleeping weather, that rain
Yeah, you
coming
can hear
down.
it hitting the roof.
Yeah, but a lot of you got to get up and rise and shine on this Thursday. It's good to have you with us today. Ford announces a major recall, and Microsoft is gutting its phone business. More on that and the top paid female CEO in today's Money Watch.
Marley Hall has the latest on your money.
Ford is recalling about 271,000 F-150 pickups from the 2013 and 2014 model years that have 3.5-liter V6 engines. The automaker says they need to fix a fluid leak that can reduce braking power. The company reports 9 crashes with no injuries. Rising oil prices helped U.S. stocks rally for a second day in a row. The Dow gained 145 points Wednesday. The Nasdaq added 33. Microsoft will cut more than 1,800 jobs as part of a plan to streamline its smartphone business. Most of the layoffs will take place in Finland. Microsoft says the cuts will be complete by July of next year. The Associated Press and executive data firm Equilar have released their list of highest paid female CEOs in 2015. At the top of the list, Marissa Mayer of Yahoo. Last year, she grossed $36 million. That's your Money Watch. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Marley Hall.
And your time this morning, 5:22, as you get ready to go here on your Thursday morning. We're so glad you're up and at it with us on WKYT.
Sports is next.
The NBA draft deadline has come and gone. Both Marcus Lee and Isaiah Briscoe pull out of the draft, while Marcus Lee decides to leave Lexington. That and Lafayette Lexington Catholic go at it in the District Baseball Championship. I've got the highlights next.
Showers with a few rumbles of thunder. This is perfect sleeping weather. And here we are working early this morning. You guys getting out and about. Our producer just asked me in the air, listen, it's 7 o'clock this morning. I'm going home taking a nap. Is it going to be raining? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be raining that time, but this is just perfect sleeping weather. I mean, we even heard a couple of rumbles of thunder right over the station just a minute ago. And that's okay. I mean, these aren't booming thunderstorms. Just a few distant rumbles, and that's about it. Temperatures there in the 60s. Looks like the heaviest rain right now, the heaviest rain is going to be moving toward Bourbon County and Clark County here in just about 20 to 30 minutes. Let's talk about sports, see what's going on.
Marcus Lee will not be back with the Cats next season. After pulling out of the NBA draft, he has now decided to transfer. Lee went to the NBA Combine, but he struggled. He then canceled his remaining workouts. According to Rivals, 5 schools have already reached out to him: Kansas, Georgia Tech, Iowa State, Baylor, and Gonzaga. John Calipari said Lee will transfer to a school in the West to be closer to his family, and he said the makeup of the team next season had nothing to do with his decision. This is what Lee had to say, quote, "I'm sorry it took me so long to come to this decision, but I'm trying to do what is right for me and my family. I'll always think fondly of my time at Kentucky." Isaiah Briscoe also decided to leave the NBA draft earlier yesterday. He will return for his sophomore season. He struggled shooting the ball last year, but he's a top-notch defensive player, and he'll return as the Cats' leading scorer and rebounder. This is what Briscoe said: "The NBA is my ultimate goal, so I'm returning to build on that last year. There's no better place to grow as a player or to win a championship, and I want to do both." Speaking of championships, Lafayette and Lexington Catholic last night went at it for the 43rd District Baseball title. Catholic up 3-0 in the 5th. Lafayette gets together, and they decide to change that. Bases loaded for Harrison Fields. He will line one to right. Watch the catch by Josh Flowers. This is amazing. But he couldn't get, obviously. Morgan Harrison's 3-1. It's now 3-3. When gritty gutty Matt Silvestri shoots a base hit to right just by a diving C.J. Bush. Lafayette now ahead 4-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Another guy whose nails is Andy Thompson. He does his job. The squeeze with a man at third. Bo Bennington scores. We're knotted up at 4-4 in the 7th. After 2 Lex-Cath errors, Harrison Fields grounds to third. It's a contact play, so Luke Taylor's coming home, and he scores when the throw is wild. Another error. Lafayette wins the district 5-4, and not many saw that coming a few days ago. That's why baseball is the greatest game of them all. That's a look at sports. Have a great day.